Hey guys, what's up? Today I have a slightly different kind of video for you guys. So recently I picked up a pair of the SF AF1s, the Special Field Air Force Ones. Now these are a sick sneaker. I love this silhouette. I love the whole motif, the military look. It's probably like one of my favorite releases this year so far. But the only gripe I had about this model and the one that released with this, the black one, was that the string colorway did not come with one of these, the paracord kind of like bracelet thing. The newer ones, this is the desert camo colorway, as you can see, comes with the paracord bracelet, which really I think adds a lot to the look of the shoe. But this just came with essentially like two of these. I don't really think that looks as good, and this colorway of the shoe is my favorite so far. So I was thinking, well, why not just make my own? And then I realized, well, maybe some other people that own this shoe might want to know how to make their own. So I went ahead and made one side. I had some paracord laying around. This colorway isn't exactly the same as the shoe, as you can see. The paracord is kind of like a cream off-white color, and the shoe is more like beige, light beige, tan type of color. So there's a little bit of a mismatch, but I mean, you guys can pretty much get any type of paracord online that matches whatever color you want. You can even do a totally different color if that's what you want. Do some mixing and matching. It's up to you. Alright, so let's get right into how to make your own. First of all, I guess you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need 24 feet of paracord. That's 12 feet for each side, so 24 feet in total. You're going to need a side release buckle. This is slightly smaller than 1 inch. You do not want anything larger than 1 inch. Scissors, a ruler, and a lighter. So now that you got all your materials, let's talk about how to actually weave this thing. So first of all, you want to fold your paracord in half. This is 12 feet of paracord, and you want to singe the tips and kind of make them flat so they're a little easier to work with. Now what you want to do is take your buckle. See, I have a curved buckle here. You want to insert the singe tips from the top down to the bottom. There we go. So I got these through, and essentially just pull them all the way through until you got something like this. So you got a little loop, and then you want to get your 2 singe tips, send them back into the loop from the bottom. And you'll have something like this. So this is on one side. Now on the other side, you want to do the same thing. You want to take your singe tips, put them through from the top down to the bottom. Just pull all the way through. So here, this is kind of like the basics for the actual bracelet. Now you want this loop right here to be 12 inches, and this is where your ruler comes in. So I'm going to unfasten this buckle. So you want this to be 12 inches right there. So just don't worry about the buckle. just measure the string in between the buckle, and you want that to be 12. So mark that position right there. Hold on to it with your thumb. Now this is going to be the top and this is going to be the bottom. So we're going to start weaving. So what I like to do here is essentially leave these 2 cords in the back and split a right side and a left side. So you got 2 cords in the middle and a right side and a left side. Now, this next part is a little bit tricky, but it's pretty straightforward. You make a loop on the right side, hold it against the middle, left side goes under this strand that just came in from the right side, under the 2 ropes, and out through the loop all the way. And then you tighten it. Pull real tight. Make sure this is looking good. There you go, that was the first loop. Now the second thing you want to do is do the same thing on the left side. Make a loop, hold it against the middle. The right side goes under that string that you just pulled out and out of that hole, the loop. Take it out all the way, and then you pull on either side. The key thing here is to pull really hard, or you're not going to get an even weave. Now every now and then you want to take your ruler out, make sure you didn't change the length of the string in between, especially at the very beginning there. There's some tugging around. As you can see, mine got a little shorter, but that's okay. The paracord has a little bit of elasticity, so it will stretch later on. So now that I did the left side, I'm going to move over to the right side. So let's do it again. Make a loop, hold it. The left side goes over the string that just came out, under and out of the loop, and pull all the way through and squeeze, and then pull tight. There you go. Now you can see it's kind of forming here. So now so sometimes you can forget like which direction you just came from, where to make the loop. The easiest way you can tell is like right here, where you see the top of the loop is where you want to make your next loop. I know that's kind of counterintuitive. You might think like, hey, there's a loop here, I need to make a loop on the other side. No, when you see a loop on the left side, it means you need to make a loop on the left side. So I'm going to do it a couple more times. Loop on the left side, right side, under and out of the loop. Just pull and squeeze it tight. And tighten. And there you go. One more time. This time you see the little loop on the right, so we're going to grab the right, make a loop, left goes under and out. Tighten. And make sure it's nice and tight. So we got a couple links there. One more. Left, make a loop, hold it, right goes under, out, pull, and tighten. So, like I said before, probably the most important thing you want to do while you're doing this is after you pull your loops through, you want to really get your fingers around the paracord and tighten it as hard as you can. If you don't do that, these links are going to get really uneven and it's not really going to look good. So you basically keep going down until you hit the bottom part. So, oh, and make sure that this, the two strands of paracord that go down the middle are not intertwined like that. If the two strands go like that, you might have an issue at the bottom. So make sure the two strands are perfectly straight, like so. All right, so I'm gonna keep going down, and once I get to the bottom, I'll continue the video. Okay, about 15 minutes later, I've braided all the way down to the bottom. So what do you do when you're at the bottom? So I think I have room for maybe like one more knot here. So I'm gonna go make one more knot. Like so. Pull super tight. Go. Yeah, you know what? I think there's room for maybe one more. So I'm gonna pull this through one more time. All right, so now we're all the way down to the bottom. There's no more room left to braid. So now, essentially, all we have to do is finish it off, this easy part. So give it one last super tight pull. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Go ahead and snip off the paracord. Leave very little, and burn it. Singe the tips. When it's hot, kind of want to squish it down, like so. Do the same for the other side. Now this is really hot, so watch out. Burn your fingers. And yeah, there you have it. 12-inch paracord bracelet. So comparing my bracelet to the official bracelet, you can see the official bracelet is a little thicker, but that is because if you look closely, they actually have a nylon strap inside here, and they use paracord to weave around it. This paracord actually is it's not real paracord. It's actually way thinner than actual paracord. So if you can look here, you can see this is the paracord I use and this is the paracord they have. The paracord they have is about half as thick. So, I mean, that's one thing
to kind of take note of. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, overall, the homemade paracord bracelet is almost the same thickness, just a little skinnier. But I mean, honestly, like, I think it still looks pretty good. So let's throw these on the shoe. Okay, so as you can see on the shoe, looks pretty sick. I only wish that I had tan paracord laying around. I think it would have matched the colors a little better, but I mean, for what it is, I think it turned out pretty nicely. It definitely looks better than just having two of these, that's for sure. And one thing, sometimes you might make your paracord strip and it might turn out too short. In that case, you can just put some water on the paracord strip, just wet it down, and then just like pull on it. Once the paracord is wet, it will actually stretch a little bit. So just once it's wet and you just pull on it for about 10-15 seconds, it'll actually expand about an inch. So if you end up making your paracord bracelet a little too short, you can easily just pull on it and expand it. So yeah, I mean, I hope that was helpful. I'll do a side-by-side comparison of the Nike paracord bracelet and the homemade paracord bracelet side by side. So this is the pair with the homemade paracord bracelet, and this is the pair with the Nike paracord bracelet. This paracord bracelet that came with the Desert Camo SF AF1s actually work really well. I mean, it's almost the same color as this string shoe, this tan khaki colorway. I mean, it matches better than the one I made, but I mean, obviously I'm going to use that one for that shoe. You know, this cream colorway doesn't look too bad at all. So I hope that helped. I'm going to leave the links to all the materials that you need down in the about section. So yeah, if you need any help, just ask in the comments and I'll try my best to answer. And that's it. Thank you.